Good job!
This is what Brad Pattison does for a living. He's a dog behaviorist in Calgary. Lucky for him, these dogs are shining examples of canine specimens, healthy and happy. But he wanted to put his expertise to a far different use when he saw the heartbreaking footage of all those dogs in Louisiana trapped by the hurricane.
I started to notice that there were dogs that were very submissive, very fearful, lots of anxiety, and how the rescue groups were going in was too bold. It was too powerful. It was putting the dog further into stress.
So he and his teammates, Tricia Shanks and Tracy Nelson, took a road trip unlike any other, a 40-hour drive south through 8 states to offer whatever help they could. Their destination was Tylertown, Mississippi, a temporary shelter run by the Humane Society and an organization called Best Friends.
We just got 70 to 80 more in last night.
The sight was overwhelming. More than 200 dogs, young, old, tired, and distressed. It was as though the team had walked into a MASH unit for pets.
We're preparing for the hopefully 60 or 70 animals we're going to get in here tonight.
Dozens of volunteers had descended on Mississippi to help with the rescue effort. From here, animals would be fostered out, or if they got lucky, maybe even reunited with their owners. The ones here were true survivors, but there were still many more back in New Orleans yet to be found. And that's where the team headed the next day. It's a 3-hour drive to New Orleans. Evidence of the hurricane is everywhere. Their first stop, a house with a painted message which said, "Dog under house." The message was left by the National Guard, who had been looking for people. What they found instead was a dog that was too scared to emerge. He'd been here for 3 weeks.
I know, that's a mean growl. That's a mean growl.
Your tone of voice, your body language is critical in how you're working with that animal. And then also distance. We don't want to overcrowd the dog too much, because if we do that, then we put the dog into a defensive mode and we don't need to be bit or attacked.
With the help of some wet food and gentle coaxing, the dog peeks out just far enough to eat.
It's okay, baby. It's okay. I'm not moving. It's okay.
But then comes the hard part, putting a leash around him. They make several attempts, but this dog is a protector till the end, even though the home he's protecting is now empty and falling apart.
He's being the dog of the house that's going to work and succeed at achieving his task, and that task is protecting the property. So when we have a dog of that nature, we need to be even more careful.
After several minutes, Brad manages to gently put the leash around the dog, whom they've affectionately named Tom Sawyer. He was their first rescue of the day.
How do you feel? Makes me want to cry.
Look how happy he is.
But they have many more houses to go.
1 block back, I think there's another house.
So they change the message on this house. Dog rescued. Now watch what happens a few minutes later. A much less dramatic rescue, but no less touching. This lost Pomeranian wanders into their arms. This is what's called a soft rescue, where there's no resistance from the dog. She's scared and dehydrated.
Hey, very good.
Oh, she must be so hot.
But they quickly give her some relief.
Should we turn the car on and throw some air on it?
Yeah.
The job calls for more than a little daring.
It's okay.
Fences are hopped.
Oh, little chow chow.
Hands reach out without knowing exactly what's on the other side. And after each rescue, the good news for a change is painted on the property.
On the top, I guess.
After this Eskimo dog was rescued, Brad decided to investigate inside some of these houses. If necessary, breaking in, which he says he had permission to do.
We were informed by the authorities down there, whether it's U.S. Marshals, whether it's the military or the local police, to go in and save what you can save.
And look what they found inside one of them.
Hi, sweets. How you doing? Hi.
This dog they named Sammy.
You're beautiful. Hi. Hey, Sam.
After several rescues, the team had to race out of town. There was a curfew in the city, so they had to pass the last checkpoint in time. Meanwhile, Trish had found a bill in one of the homes and was desperately trying to track down the owner.
We have her dog at the Humane Society of Louisiana, and I was able to grab her Home Depot bill in order to get in touch with her and let her know that her dog is safe and where she can pick him up.
It was a small gesture with potentially a huge reward. Apart from rescuing the dogs, Brad and his team had another important job back at the camp, and that was to assess each dog's state of mind. Were they aggressive? Were they sullen or depressed? And how should they be treated, as pets or as wild animals? Their challenge was to help these dogs, traumatized by the hurricane, learn to be dogs again.
This Roddy lost her last pup last night, so she's pretty sad, as you can see. She's been weeping.
They paid special attention to the dogs they'd rescued the day before, like this Chow.
Yesterday, if we got this close, he would be showing his teeth and trying to hide in his crate. So even just laying out right where he is a big improvement for him.
Someone who cares, isn't that right? Yes, I do. I care a lot.
Open the gate, please.
One thing the dogs desperately needed was exercise.
They needed to expel some of that emotion, some of the abundance of energy. They're now being energized with food, but they have no place to burn it off.
Brad found that many dogs thought to be aggressive were actually not at all.
Can you pull out this sheet? Because it says fearful in here, and it isn't fearful. It has a little bit of, hey, give me some real food.
He also found that many dogs were lonely. They needed to be paired up.
A little more lead maybe to the right.
The volunteers worked around the clock. In fact, arrivals often came in the middle of the night to avoid transporting the animals in the scorching heat. The animals would have to be assessed and then housed in the dark. All the while, a paper trail was kept of where the animals came from in case their owners came looking.
In the morning, you wake up and there's, 20 or 30 new dogs in the camp. Like, it was unbelievable.
The mornings would often bring good news, too, like this owner who was finally reunited with his dog, Misha.
She's a lucky dog to come here. Got to go back and start rebuilding. Got a lot of work to do. Bring my girl home.
Hundreds of pets have been reunited so far from rescue operations like this one. Brad is now back home in Calgary, where he works and plays with dogs who've enjoyed a much more innocent existence. But he says the experience showed him what remarkable resilience dogs have and how kind people can be.